Hello everybody, welcome in. I know, it's not my normal night. Like I said last week, I'm heading out in the morning on a bit of a road trip and I won't have access to reliable internet tomorrow night to do a live stream, so I go live tonight and then I will probably do a pop-up on the weekend, maybe Saturday night or Sunday sometime. You'll have to watch and see. So anyways, I'm heading out on this little road trip in the morning, bright and early. I have to catch the city bus out here around 7 a.m. to be able to get uptown to catch the other bus, which is going to take me part way to meet up with some friends who I'll spend the night with, and then we will continue on the road trip. And we'll be meeting up with Nick P on the weekend. So I wanted to make some snacks to take with me because kind of limited what snacks I can have on keto. And I haven't done my weight yet because I do that Thursday morning, so I'll do that before I leave tomorrow morning. So far, as of last week, it was down 22 pounds. So hopefully a couple more. But so I decided to make. I'm trying out this recipe for Keto Brownies. We'll see how they turn out. So I will get started with that, and then we can chat once I get those. And I'll just move you guys down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There's only about 7 ingredients. I cut off my hand there, but I'm going to start like I've got half a cup of sweetener. This is stevia. I'll put the recipe in the description afterwards. So I'm going to mix up stevia, and I've got half a cup of melted butter. And I just did that just before. I did a recipe yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I made some keto pumpkin muffins. And I melted my butter and I set it on the counter to cool. Well, since my son has turned the furnace off, it was a little cooler in here than I thought. So by the time I made the muffins, I had to melt the butter again. So I just mixing that in there. And it calls for 2 eggs. We'll get that in there. Do this without getting eggshells in it. There's 1. The oven preheating at 350. Let's mix in the eggs and butter with the sweetener. It says Swerve. I've had Swerve before. It's decent, but hard to find around here. And I just use the stevia that can be substituted 1 for 1. I think I put all the liquids in here before I add any more dry ingredients. So it also calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just checking out the other. Hello, Sharon. Are you kidding me? Well, I don't think I need to put more than that because I've just splashed all over the place. Remind me not to do that over the bowl. I think I got about a teaspoon of vanilla in there. Just grab a wet tea towel here. Let's wipe that up. Only half a drop on my computer. So far, 2 eggs. We got the sweetener. We've got the butter. We've got the vanilla. The other. Is that all the liquids? Yeah, that's all the liquids. So that there. Then we have half a cup of almond flour. I would like to have the finer ground almond flour, but haven't got to that yet, and the bag of almond flour is like 17 bucks. So I want to get up to the bulk, see how much it would be for just a smaller amount.
On the website.
Look at that, and then we'll throw in the cocoa. Mix that in. And then the last ingredient is 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Quarter teaspoon of baking flour, baking powder. We get that mixed in. I hope my hand there is not too big, because that doesn't look like a whole lot of batter. I got a feeling that's not going to be a very big. So I'm going to try for a smaller casserole, because I don't want it too thin, and then I'm just going to grab this. I have some coconut oil on there. Throw that around on that. Put that in there. Get rid of the other dish. Wipe my hands off. Let's see how this turns out. Note to myself, make this, if it turns out good and I make it again, probably double the batch. Probably a good thing not to have too many. I just want to eat them all. So try to spread it out a bit. Yeah, definitely double the batch next time. It's almost an experiment with keto recipes. So make sure we get all the extra up here. I'll definitely put the, see how they turn out, and I'll definitely put the recipe in the thing, and I'll put a suggestion to double it. Let's see how it turns out. So it's supposed to be 25 minutes in a 350 oven. Whoops. I'm going to set it for 20. We'll check it then. See if it needs more time. And I'm just going to put the 30 dishes out of the way. I had all my dishes cut up. That'll be my last thing to do tonight. Let's catch up all the dishes. So I leave in the morning, there's no dirty dishes. Oh, there we go. Nope, still got stuff in my hands. It's a messy job. So before this live, I was over at Dewey's Bingo. That's a lot of fun. I've been playing that most weeks for the last few weeks. Didn't play tonight because I was busy getting ready for this, but you know, if you get a chance on a Wednesday night at 5 o'clock, I'm just going to move my camera down. Wednesday night at 5 Eastern. Go and check out Dewey's Bingo. The channel is called Dewey's Bingo. He's also been doing on his Dewey Ski one, but we're trying to. He wants to grow his bingo channel so that at some point that he can do prizes, but he wants to get to 100 subscribers first, and he's not there yet, so that'd be fun to be able to win prizes. So, Wednesday night, you got nothing on? Go check out Dewey's Bingo at 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay, let's see who is in here, and then I can answer some questions. So Nick says, all packed and ready to go, just waiting on my time Saturday morning to head for the Delta flight from Minneapolis to Canada. Flying into Toronto Saturday morning. We'll be seeing him Saturday afternoon. I'm about 99% packed and to head out of town in the morning. Yep. I've got just my computer and a few other things, a few snacks in the fridge to add to my bag. Ready to start my bus trip and head out to Toronto. Meet up with Nick. Let me see you soon. And Amy's popping in to say hello. So see you in a few days. Roxanne's popping in to say hi. She's working on a project out near your yard, so she's just going to watch. Hello, Danny. Thank you for coming over from Dewey's Bingo. Appreciate it. We got Sharon in the house, cruising scene, saying hi. Danny saying hi to Sharon. That was fun. It is fun. So what are we making? I am making keto brownies. I got this recipe. I've seen online. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm going to make note to myself, double the batch. I'm going to double this. That's taking a lot of eggs. The muffins I made yesterday took like 4 eggs. But they weren't bad. I think they need a little bit more sweetener in the muffins. But I've got 3 left to take tomorrow. And I'll try one of these tonight, and I'll cut them up for take with me. We can't see you. Oh, because I had the camera off there for a minute. Thank you for dropping a link to Dewey's Bingo there, Danny. That was fun. Never mind. Hello, Scott. How are you tonight? Welcome in. So I'm just making some brownies to take on my road trip. I had a recipe for brownie bites, and then I couldn't find the right one, so we're just doing brownies. So that'll be a snack. I got some pork rinds to go. I got some other little snack things are on sale at the grocery store that have cheese and meat and chocolates in it. Healthy somewhat, but we'll see if I eat the chocolates. The first leg of the trip is meeting up with Steve. Will be picking me up tomorrow. Me and Steve on Thursday, staying at their trailer, and then early Friday morning heading out to Toronto. He has an appointment in Toronto in the day, so I don't know what Steve and I are going to be doing at that time, but hopefully we'll stay out of trouble. And then we'll meet up with Nick on Saturday afternoon. Do some stuff with him. We'll see what happens Sunday, and coming home Monday. So that's my weekend plans. I don't know what anybody else is up to. Next week's live will be, I forget. I should know. Let me just peek here. Oh, next week's going to be games. We're going to be playing some Jeopardy. And then the week after that is Callie's birthday. So I might be doing something related to Callie or something related to dogs. I don't know. That's going to be a surprise. It would just be a party maybe. And then I'm not sure what I got. I'm not sure what I got planned for the last week. I've already packed my YouTube book, so it'll be a surprise. And then they'll be all head for June. Yeah, it's Mother's Day this weekend, but kind of just another day. I decided after Easter and nobody wanted to get together that since Nick was coming in this weekend, sure, let's go and meet up with Nick. And then I'll be back Monday. If they want to do something next weekend, that's fine. If not, oh well. Every day's Mother's Day. I've been a mother for almost 30 years, so don't need a special day for recognition. I just want to spend time with them when they can and enjoy their company when I can. They've grown up too fast. My oldest will be 30 in August. My youngest turned 26 in March. So they're growing up too fast. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the empty nest thing, but they do grow up. And I got all the fur grandbabies. Between those two and my oldest best friend, or I call him my adopted one. Haven't seen him for a while. I've got 6 grandkitties and 1 granddog. Don't know if there'll be grandbabies someday. Maybe, maybe not. I'll spoil the felines and the dog. It's a little cheaper that way. I don't have to worry about birthdays and Christmases and all that. Dogs and cats don't know the difference. Don't have to travel to see them. Well, I have about once a year I get to babysit my oldest cats when they go out of town to see her family that's down in Ohio. Thanks, Danny. So, still working on plans towards the October cruise. Let's see if I can find that. So I gotta throw the music up first. Nope, not that. Since this silly thing didn't want to work out when I was uploading it. So that is Amy's group cruise coming up. It's a Helping Hands cruise coming up in October, the 21st, 26th, 2024, with our recipient Roxanne. Including Roxanne, there's about 9 of us going, but there's a possibility that we might have a couple more going. Don't know. If you're interested, contact Amy. Oh, or you can talk to her right here.
Yes.
She just got off a cruise.
I did. And now I have like that cruise cred crap going on.
Cruise crud, dang it.
Oh. Yeah.
How was your cruise?
It was amazing. I didn't sleep as much as I wanted, but I had a lot of fun. So
It looked like you had a lot of fun.
and then the time change really screwed me up this time around, going 2 hours backwards.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, other than the Alaska cruise, you really haven't gone back in time. You've always gone forward.
Yeah. So, but I had a lot of fun. And look at the new Dr. Pepper I got.
Creamy coconut. That sounds interesting.
It's so good. It tastes like my Malibu and Dr. Pepper without the alcohol. So I just need to find the 0 sugar version and we're great.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching some of your videos.
Nope, I have my ship tour out and my room tour out. So,
hello there, Mike. Long time no see. Good to see you in here. How are you doing? Danny wants to know if you put a lime in it. Well,
no, but I need to take it to work and put some lime in it. Because I guess there's a drink at Sonic right now called a Dirty Dr. Pepper. And there's even a creamer you can buy for Dr. Pepper. And it's coconut, lime. It's coconut and lime. But then the creamer is like a creamer. So I'm like, I don't need to stay. Well, I guess it's cream. So the Dirty Dr. Pepper, if you get it at Sonic, it's cream, coconut, and lime. But I don't want any cream in it.
No.
But I did make a Dr. Pepper at work with our coconut real that we use for pina coladas and lime. And it was really good. So.
It's good to hear that, Mike. It's been a while. Yeah, it has been a while.
It has been a while.
Doing pretty good. I see old lives of mine, and faces in there that people I haven't seen for a while, and I was wondering how they're doing. Mike's been one of them. couple of the other Troys and that, I miss them. But you have a new drink at work too. That's that color are coming out.
Oh, green it's green. Yeah, it's a cocktail.
A cocktail.
It's called cocktail.
He's cute too.
So.
Not quite as cute as Koala Punch, but
yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
But yeah, the cruise was a really good time. It was neat to be on an inaugural because it was like the first time the cast performed for people. It was Joey's first shows on this ship. Like, it was awesome. And then like running into I met Mark and Rocky from the cruise life. And I met them even before getting on the ship because where I went to end up standing to watch the the ribbon cutting it was. And where I was standing, I was standing there and I'm looking around and I turn and I see their lanyard and he was filming. And so I went over and I started talking to him. And so I met them before we even got on the ship. And then ran into Pero DJ several times. They were like my neighbors. So if you watch their video and you see their room number, my room was 1356 and theirs was 1340, but there were no rooms between their room and my room.
Yeah, you said there was a crew thing and then
it was the hallway to go to get to elevators and stairs and then crew area, where they kept my guess is Well, they kept the stuff to clean our rooms and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
probably.
But yeah, it was so funny. Like that first night.
Here's Amy. Here's DJ.
That first night, like I'm like getting ready to leave the room to go do. Oh, I was going back to play trivia and to watch bingo before the Welcome Aboard show, which I didn't even make the Welcome Aboard show because I had such a horrible headache. And like, I open my door and I step out and there are D and J. Like, I'm like, oh, hey guys. And they're like, yeah, we saw that you were in here. We saw your name tag, your sign on your door. So we knew you were next to us. They're like, we're just right over there. And then I talked to them for quite a bit in the hallway. And then they were going and I was going. And then we're walking down the hall. And they're like, oh, I'm right here. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. We're like legit neighbors.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I walked by their room. Well, I guess I only ever walked by their room if I went to the forward stairs. Like, so if I was going to dinner or go to the atrium, and I had to go to the forward stairs, that's when I walked past their room, or if I came down the forward. But I used the middle one a lot. So, because that was the closest one. So.
That's pretty cool to see you finally got the picture with them.
No, and it wasn't until like the last night either.
You got the picture yet, Amy? No.
And that was funny because I had wanted to go to, it was like the farewell party. And so there was no seats at the bar, which I had seen the other shows sitting at the bar. So I went upstairs because I saw a seat. And so I went up there and I was sitting there. And I saw them walk around, and they ended up standing next to me during the farewell party. So if you've watched his stuff, you know there's like the whole thing with Sweet Caroline. Well, they played it, so I filmed him like his reaction to like Sweet Caroline.
Was it like 17 or 18 times now this year?
Yeah. And then chit chatted with them like when they first got there, and then I was waiting for my friend to come up and join me because he didn't go. And because he was staying on for the back-to-back, so he's like, I don't need to go to that. And so I'm do that. And then somebody came up and a couple came up and talked to him and got pictures. And then I think it was like crew members or something, because they were like we got the picture with them, and then they're like, yeah, we're going on. She's taking us on a room tour. So I'm imagining they got to see some room with them, and then those were the people who took the picture of us. So
yeah, before you go.
But it's really neat to like see them and knowing that they're huge now. But I sailed with them before COVID, so I sailed with them before they were like really, really big. And then like knowing like they see me and they know who I am. Like, so when you have that really big channel that just like knows who you are, that is pretty cool. Like, yeah. Especially when so many other people are going up to him and they're meeting so many people. And I'm just like, hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, I've seen you a couple times before.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was like, see other people's. I watched somebody else's too. Somebody did the sail away party too, and it's like, there's Amy.
And if you watch Pero DJ's video, day one, or not day one, but their part one video, you'll see me it was the Motown. Was it the Motown party? The Motown party. You see me a lot because where I'm sitting at the bar, and so I'm like in the whole shot.
Let's see if this is cooked. I'm going to give it a few more minutes.
What else was there?
The cake tester is always disappearing. Well, it did pop up, so that's good to see.
But if you guys have any questions on the Firenze, I'll answer them. Debarkation was a total mess, but not Carnival's fault at all.
That's coming coming out clean, so it's done. So I'm just gonna move it over on the cooling rack here. Ow, that's hot. Dang, towels moved on me. Okay, turn that off, that off.
But yeah, debarkation was a mess. So we should have been in port by 7.
I'll let that cool and then I'll show you guys.
Should have been in port by 7. When I woke up, and I heard the announcements from Joey saying that we were, and I could still feel that we were moving. I'm like, it feels like we're still moving. Like it doesn't feel still. And
Go right. I was like,
I hear his
I
announcements.
remember.
And I hear his announcements, and I'm like, okay, we're still moving. We're not docked. Well, so then we get docked, and I'm out of the room. I'm up talking to my friend. We're at a table on the Lido deck, and Addie, come here. And she needs to go. So we'll go on a little field trip so I can let her out. And so we get there, and turns out there was so by this time it's 9 o'clock, and we still haven't started getting off the ship yet. But I guess, well, the last day was really rough. Like the waters were super rough, and we get there, or it was like, but I guess they ran into a pod of whales. So the Coast Guard like told them they had to like slow down and like route a little bit differently. Well, she wants to go outside. And so then the pilot word on the street or word on the boat was the pilot boat was late. Then they had trouble docking. They had trouble anchoring and getting attached to the dock. Then they had, I've heard 2, and I've also had 3 medical emergencies. One, which I heard was a death. So somebody died on our cruise. Then there was like 5 arrests. And people are blaming and then people are mad at the crew. They're like, well, they don't know what they're doing. They're like doing this. I'm like, well, first of all, people aren't paying attention to Joey's directions. The crew wasn't anticipating any of that. And it's not their fault. And I'm like, it's a brand new ship. First time we're debarking. They don't know what they're doing yet. Everything they know has been thrown off.
It's not that they could plan for a pod of whales either. Getting in the way.
And like somebody made a comment to John Heald, and he wrote about it. He goes, by the time the whales were there, it was too, because people are like, why didn't Carnival communicate? They're not communicating. They're not telling us anything. Well, by the time Carnival knew, it was too late to send communication to anybody to like, hey, stay away from the port. Like,
if you say there's a pod of whales out there, you'd have a ton of people going to one side of the ship trying to. Where's the whales? Where's the whales?
But I didn't get off the ship until like 11:45.
And this is why you plan your flight out for later that day or in the evening.
People are mad, like, I'm missing my flight. Well, why did you book a 10 a.m. flight? Like, it's not. And the thing is, people were getting so mad at the crew and yelling at the crew. I'm like, none of this is the crew's fault. Nothing they have done is Carnival's fault.
No.
Carnival doesn't control the weather. They don't control whales. They don't control a pilot boat. They don't control docking because that's what the pilot boat is for. They don't control medical emergencies. Do they control arrest? In a way, yes, but some dummy had to do something wrong to be arrested when they got off the ship. So not Carnival's fault.
Well, I had to make the inaugural one interesting. And people are dumb.
Uh-huh.
I hate to say that. Not my friends, but there are people out there who are dumb. As a joke, my video I dropped, or my short I dropped yesterday. I was uptown a couple of weeks ago, and I see this sign, and like I've lived in this city for 55, almost 56 years. Lit a whole crap load of petrochemical plants down at the south end of town. that produce the oil and all the other petrochemical stuff. They process your gasoline, and then it's shipped out wherever to be to sell it to you. But never in all my 50-something years have I ever seen a sign that says muster point. So I made a little joke about it. I know what a muster thing is. I've been on the cruise ship. I've watched all the cruise things. I know it's a place to meet in case of emergency. So I make this joke about this, like, oh, a muster thing there. It's like the closest thing that looks like a ship around here. And we happen to have an apartment building like right there that it looks like a long, we call it the boat building because that's a long oval type thing. And it's up by the river, so I turned around and the nearest water is like 1,000 feet that way. I had like 6 or 7 comments on people trying to explain to me what muster is, or a muster point is. I just kind of ticked them all with a little heart thing. It's like, I'm not going to reply right now.
Yeah.
But no, I am not an idiot. I know what a muster point is. Can't get the sarcasm that or look at enough to see I know about cruising in a muster station on a cruise ship and doing a muster drill. Duh, I know what it's about. Just never seen a sign in our city or any building in our city about having a muster point.
I've never seen it anywhere besides a ship either, so.
So I was like, whatever, I still got 555 views on it.
Nice.
It was like the first half hour, it was like there was 8 views. Then I looked at it almost an hour thinking, it was like, it was already over 100, almost 200. I'm like, what the heck? And then I look back, it was like climbing and climbing by like 30, 40, 50. Then I'm like, okay, knock yourselves out, folks. You can make whatever comments. If you get too rude, I will delete the comments, but you can make whatever comments you want. I'm getting the views on it.
Yeah.
I was going to drop another. I did about 4 or 5 shorts that day. I had to be at town for an appointment, so I was like, well, I'm walking over to that sign and doing something there. And then I walked up by the river because I had 25 minutes to kill. I could have taken the later bus, but then I cut it too close to my appointment time, and that's doing the same thing tomorrow. It's like I'm going to be up there like 25, 30 minutes before the other bus is going to be there. But I'd rather not be cutting it close and miss the other bus that's going to London. So if I get up there before it starts raining and I can get in one of the best shelters and wait for the other bus, that'll be fine.
Oh, but I was recognized by 2 different people on the ship. That was weird.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah. I'm like sitting at the bar, second night, formal night. And somebody goes, hey. Nice.
They do look like brownies, so.
Yeah. He goes, you're Amy. Like, yeah. And he said that he knew me on YouTube and he watches he knew me from Mark and Rocky's channel. And then later I'm sitting there again. I'm still sitting there and somebody comes up and goes, you're on YouTube. I'm like, yeah. And we started talking and I found out he watched my Venencia stuff.
Nice.
So.
No, I've been thinking about it. That might be a goal in the distant future. Still sails out of New York is doing the Venetia.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, I didn't expect to get recognized because I am a nobody channel.
You haven't been putting much out. You do your little bits when you can, but you've been so busy with work.
Come on. I'm not going to. You're good.
You'll have stuff to put out with your Friends A stuff.
Oh.
That's what I'm looking forward to this weekend, doing Toronto and whatever we do in Toronto. It's like, okay, I'm making shorts. I'm making shorts.
She's just standing at the door. Come on.
I'm surprised so far Kelly's behaving. Usually I get halfway through and he wants outside. I decided about time you got here. You're forgiven, Busby. I'm late for a very important live. It's a kind of it was kind of a planned pop-up live. I couldn't get my live in on the time I wanted, so I don't know where my whip is, Busby. It's got to be amongst LARP stuff downstairs, I think. Unless one of the kids stolen it. I don't even remember where I got it. Miss Busby, you're tardy. Do 3 wheelchair push-ups. Just kidding. I just thought, pop up, make some snacks to take. I have to let them cool and pack them up. I don't think I need that big a container that I took out, though. You hit 1K.
Yay, that's awesome.
It's been a good week. Good cruising scene, and Carnival Cruise Addicts hit their 1K and their 4K watch hours. There was somebody else on theirs that it's not somebody I follow hit their 1K a day or two later. I'm working on the 500. I'm getting there. I'm up to 435, 434. It's bouncing up and down. I don't know what's happened this past week. I've been bouncing up and down around the 524, 525, and then up to 526, 527, down to 525, and then just bopped up and down there after doing nothing for like a month or so. And then since Sunday, I've gone up 10 subscribers, and I'm like, what? Okay, I'll take it. It showed, the notifications showed me a few of the names, but it was like, I don't recognize them, but hey, welcome. Welcome. If you're watching, welcome. Great to have you. Working on that first 500 to get partially monetized and be able to do the other stuff, and then we'll go from there. Working towards going cruising in October, meet up in September. This weekend getaway. I don't have anything else planned yet for the summer. Haven't even planned for my birthday. I know, you're on a cruise.
Yep.
On the Jubilee.
Yeah.
I think of this other stuff I wanted to talk about. I do know there'll be another cruise-a-thon coming up this summer. I'm not really, I know the dates, but I'm not releasing it. I'll leave that up to the board or Sean to tell that, but there will be another cruise-a-thon this summer.
Nice.
So if anybody's interested, pass the message along to board if you want to be part of the live streams. We usually plan for the Friday and Saturday now, and if we get more than we need, then we can do the Sunday, but there's a lot of things coming up. Plus that big tribute cruise coming up in 2025, but we want to get some more people on Amy's.
Well,
We don't need to have a huge bunch, but another half a dozen would be nice.
Hang on just a second.
There's a couple possibilities that Amy's talked to. When she was on the Friends Day, she's talked to a couple people. There's a couple possibilities, but we don't know. If it happens. What are you teasing Busby about there, Danny?
Daddy, enough. Come here. Come here. I'm over here. Come here.
Push-ups.
Or just look at me.
You're supposed to read her mind. My friend's messaging me.
Hey.
Happy Nurses Week. Well, I'm not a registered one anymore. What's a nurse? Always a nurse. I got the knowledge. It's not a registered one. Let that go. Too expensive when you're not working. I think what else is coming up. What else is coming up? I'm trying to think. I had other thoughts. I should have wrote them down. Now, come on, Busby. The only push-ups I do if I fall down on the floor and then push myself back up again. I need to get more active, but weather would stay nice.
Stop.
Got up to around 70, and then all of a sudden the wind turned around out of the north, and it's cold. Or it decides to rain. I did walk today. I walked down to the grocery store and back. That's my walk.
Nice.
Well, needed to catch up on the dishes again. And there was no dish soap left. Then I wanted to get a couple snacks to take in the tomorrow, so my youngest left for work this morning. I walked down with him and then just went to the grocery store. I was back and sitting on the couch by 9:30, so some unknown reason I was awake at 10 to 6 this morning.
Ugh.
It's like, I don't need to be up that early today. That's tomorrow.
Your body's just preparing.
Yeah. So I set 2 alarms for tomorrow because I thought, my luck, I won't wake up. Set 2 alarms. Make sure they're the right day. And then I was setting up this live stream, but then I'm waiting for the thing to tell me to go live, and then it says Thursday at. Wait a minute! I changed the one thing. I had to go back and change the StreamYard thing today. Went to weigh myself with scales.
Stop.
I haven't stepped on the scale yet. That'll be tomorrow morning. I gotta remember to do that. It's good that I made a to-do list because it's on there. Weigh in, and I'm gonna grab stuff out of the fridge. Otherwise, everything else will be packed tonight. I don't want to have to remember anything at 6 o'clock in the morning when I get up. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna have for supper too. Never really thought of that.
Yeah, I need to figure that out too.
My son cooked a brisket last night.
Yum.
I had some of that for lunch. It's like, I could have a little bit more of that and coleslaw. He just made a couple before my live stream, so might do that. I just don't have the bun. I just have the brisket and coleslaw.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, where he used to work, the eatery he used to work at, my favorite sandwich there was called Sweet Home Alabama, and it was basically a brisket, but they put on the bun they put spinach and then the brisket meat, and then they put these little potato fries, but there was something, they didn't taste like it, but they were kind of like those hickory sticks.
Okay.
But they didn't have any flavor to them. They're just like on there. It's like, I didn't care for those. I usually pick those off, and half the time I pulled the spinach off because they don't pick the stems off, and I hate trying to take a bite and get the stem. What else they put on there? They put something else on that. But it's one of my favorite sandwiches there. But he made it very, very similar to that. It's just like, sounds tasty. Have a hard enough time remember stuff at 6 p.m. Well, I had to go to the bathroom. I tried not to get up, but it's like, nope, gotta go. Then I come back to bed and it's like, no, please don't wake the dog up. Please don't wake the dog up. I don't want to have to take him out. Laid there. It was like nuts. So I got up and sat in my chair and watched the video, and then Kelly decided about 7 that he wanted to get up and go to the bathroom. Like, okay, I'm up. Not my choice, but I'm up. Might as well get stuff done. And I was watching a video this afternoon. I'm doing the head bob thing. It's like, nope, I need to get things done. I need not, or better set alarm on my phone just in case I fall asleep so I can get up in time for my live. But nah, I just kept busy. Hopefully fall asleep at a decent time tonight.
Uh-oh. What's your news, Busby?
What's your great news? Keep us all in suspense. Waiting. What's the news, Busby? What's the news? We're all on pins and needles here waiting, Busby. Nice. So then you'll be able to come up and join us. Yeah, we know your news, Danny. And Danny, did you get a chance to check out any of those videos on that Lego channel I shared with you?
Speaking of that Lego channel, the video that he posted today about the Norwegian Encore was crazy. My cousin is on that ship. Like, he posted pictures of him in Juneau yesterday, and so posted a picture of the ship. Like, didn't say he was on a cruise, but like said that he was in the port of Juneau, and posted pictures of like the port, and he got the ship. And so I knew yesterday that he was on the Encore. So I'm watching Tony's video today. He's like, yeah, cruise up in Alaska on the Encore. And I'm like, so when did this happen? And he's like, then he goes in and he's like, 2 days ago. And I'm like, 2 days ago? My cousin is on that ship.
Well, I hadn't watched Tony's yet. I had watched Dawn's. And when you were talking to me, I was watching something else, and then all of a sudden it went over to the next video in line was Tony's, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm watching it now. This is some nutcase.
But I asked my cousin, I was like, are you on the Encore? I heard some crazy stuff happened 2 days ago. He goes, yeah, we are on the Encore. We are okay. An employee tried to escape, and I don't know if I can say that word. Some folks.
But it seemed to, from what Dawn said, it was a newer employee.
Yeah, so the article
from Africa or something, and then
the article I read, he had just, so it happened the day they embarked on the ship in Seattle. So they got on the ship 2 days ago. I guess 3 days ago. But it was like the night that he had just gotten on the ship that day in Seattle. And was like trying to lower a lifeboat, and they caught him, and then he took some scissors in the medical unit because they were like trying to like check on him and like figure out what was going on with this guy.
Psychiatric evaluation or something like that, and then
and then he started using the scissors on people. You have a pineapple in your in the upper right in the upper corner.
Yes, there is. Where are you over there? Yeah, you'll have to watch it. I did a short with the pineapple too. I'm talking. Oh, I was chatting on a backstage private chat with Roxanne, and my youngest had gone to the grocery store. He left when his girlfriend did, and he went to the grocery store. Well, walked her partway to work. And it comes back, and it's like I hear him in here unloading groceries. And he walks into the living room, and he's doing this with the pineapple. And I said, "Don't turn that thing upside down." I was gonna laugh over it. So I did a short with the pineapple.
Nice. There was a door that I walked past that had a little pineapple magnet, and it was turned upside down. And then Cabo Day, we were hanging out at the back pool in the bar, and they had the hot tubs, and we were just sitting in a chair, chilling and talking and drinking. And that's the day I drank. I had 14 out of 15 drinks that day.
Oh, you got your money's worth on that one.
Yeah. And sitting there, and there's a guy, he had an upside down pineapple on his swim trunks and an upside down pineapple on his hat, and it says "Plays well with others."
Be like the T-shirt I showed last week on the live. What not to wear on a cruise? Well, unless you want that kind of attention. Yeah, I'll release that one. I was going to release a video today, but it doesn't stay up long enough for the analytics because the live stream will pop in there. So I was like, I'll wait till tomorrow. Or I will schedule it for tomorrow. Of course, I was going to schedule another video to release tomorrow night. We'll see. Maybe I'll just release a short tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to wait till Friday to see it, and I'll schedule another. I got a few long videos, so I'll maybe schedule one of those to release at 7 o'clock tomorrow night or 6 o'clock tomorrow night, my usual time. I got a few left, and then hopefully make a lot more videos and shorts this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, Busby, it's really easy to drink that many when the bar staff just keep bringing you the drinks.
I was watching D&J's, and they went to Hacienda to something.
Yeah, I wish I would have known about that.
In Puerto Vallarta. The friendly waitstaff just kept bringing them drinks.
Mm-hmm.
It was an all-inclusive thing. You paid the one amount.
That would have been fun to do, but we went to the Sam's Club and Walmart, and then just found a spot and chit-chatted, and then came back onto the ship. We were there all long, like we were in port till like 8 o'clock that night. We were at Frisante Bar when the ship pulled away.
I'll have to look that up again. Hacienda de something. This is my OG friend Troy and his partner his husband go to Puerto Vallarta every year just before Christmas. I have to ask him about it if he's been there.
You just want to sit outside, don't you?
So Puerto Vallarta, Cabo, Mazatlan.
Yep.
Just the 3 ports?
Yep.
Cabo was the one I couldn't think of before. It was Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan, but I couldn't think of Cabo.
Puerto Vallarta, Sam's Club, Walmart, walking around. Not Cabo. Mazatlan, I ziplined, but I don't have any footage of ziplining because I forgot the one attachment for my GoPro in the room. And I could have brought my phone and my little pouchy thing, but didn't bring the pouch.
Oops.
And so,
you had the experience.
yeah, it was beautiful. And then Cabo was a short day, and we just walked around. And yeah.
Dang, Amy, 14 out of 15. Wow.
Stop.
I'm excited for you, BuzzFeed fiber optic.
Oh. Here, have a
Speak
toy.
of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Hey, just letting y'all know I'm still alive.
It's good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you too.
You must be excited.
Been working on the yard all day.
To be able to do your YouTube
Oh, the
room.
fiber optic cable? Yeah, I ran down the road after the guy. I've seen him all day long. I ran down the road. I'm like, hey, what have you been doing around out here all day? He's like, we're putting in fiber optic. And I was like, yeah.
BuzzFeed, I can get more active with YouTube again.
Exactly. I mean, what YouTuber goes to the middle of nowhere where you have no signal?
Yeah.
Forgive me, I've been working in the yard all day. Got my red head and everything else.
Look fine. How's the
But I
weather
just thought
been?
it's all right. It's supposed to rain tonight. Tennessee's getting hit bad.
Yeah.
They got tornadoes in the ground and everything else there. So glad I'm back home.
Well, the crappy weather between Texas and Oklahoma, and it's like, wait a minute, that's getting awfully close to your territory too.
Yeah.
Arkansas, but it's like, yeah. Hey, that's BuzzFeed down there, and I know some other people in these channels in Oklahoma, and Amy in Texas. I'm like, get away from my friends.
Nothing is more scary than landing, turning your phone off of airplane mode, and the first thing you see is tornado warning Abilene.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, great.
Oh, welcome home.
Yeah,
And then you open up Facebook and found out a tornado hit Abilene, like, well, just north of Abilene, like 30 minutes prior.
Oh yeah, that was so scary.
Yeah, it hit in Holly, but it's like it's Abilene. Like, so we basically had a tornado. Like,
yeah, they haven't had one hit here in a long time. So I'm like, great.
One touchdown in Michigan, but it was like west of
Yeah, yeah, it was around Kalamazoo.
Yeah, I forget where. It said the name of the place, but I can't remember. But yeah, it was closer to Kalamazoo.
Yeah, Decatur.
Well, I was late last night. I was looking at these, high wind warnings and everything else, and there was for like Michigan, and then it was over into Ontario, but it was down more where my oldest lives. And I'm like, do I message him to see how they're doing? Are they okay?
Yeah. Hey, Danny.
Big Bro asked Mom for her guest list for the wedding. We're going to have 20 from our side, 30 for her side, and then 100 of their friends. That's a good size wedding, 150. I think mine was around 125. I had a lot of cousins, though.
Yeah, it's super ugly overcast right now. It's been blowing like crazy today.
I got blue sky and sunshine again. We had some dark clouds that look really scary or colder earlier, but
yeah. Yeah, but I thought I'd jump up real quick. I don't think I've ever been on your live.
not for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. So thought I'd jump up, say hi real quick. Fix to go get a shower.
Well, I was going to wrap it up anyways. So,
Yeah.
lots of friends. Mom had to cut. Yeah, that's a hard part of planning weddings. Deciding who to invite and how far do you go. Like I went to weddings where there was cousins and second cousins, and I went to a wedding in Ottawa, which was my cousin's daughter. But then we were the only ones that came from here up to the wedding, other than the immediate aunts and their cousins. I was like, okay, whatever. It
Been
killed.
to a wedding. And been to a wedding in a long time.
My youngest was 1-to-1 November 1st. His buddy got married, but it was just like a backyard thing. And my oldest went to the wedding of the owners of the LARP group. They got married in October. Aside from that, we really haven't not gone to any weddings. I didn't go to either one of those, but it's like there hasn't been a lot around. Anyways, folks, thanks for dropping in. And I'll pop up probably on Saturday or Sunday, do a live with my partner in crime. Hope you all have a good weekend and be nice to your mothers. Do something special. Give them a call. Send them a text. Or not, depending what your relationships are. I don't remember sending a text to my mother. I'm just trying to find her. And we'll see you all next week. Bye.
See you.